Hello, I'm Michael. In my native language Danish, I like to be called Mik. If your native language is not Danish, you will probably find it very difficult to pronounce this language. For example, to pronounce tourist places in Copenhagen. But like any other thing in Danish, these place names also follow the Danish pronunciation rules. So I thought, hey, why don't I help you who wants or needs to learn Danish pronunciation by making a sightseeing / general pronunciation of the Danish language video. Shall we? Over there we've got the entrance to the Tivoli Gardens, one of the oldest amusement parks in the world. In Danish, Tivoli. Tivoli. Let's focus on the T here. The T in Danish, especially if you're from Copenhagen, is aspirated, which means we kind of have an T-S sound even. T, T, T. Then the I is E, T. Then we got the V, which inside the word is often kind of a U sound. T with the rounded lips. T, T. The O, when we speak fast, we won't even hear it here in this word. Tiu, tiu, and then we got the Tivoli, 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 Tivoli. Got it? These artificial lakes in the center of Copenhagen are just called the lakes, or in Danish, Søerne, Søerne. So let's break it down. Søerne, Sø, the first part. Here we have to get the right vowel. We have to round the lips. Sø, Sø. And then we have what is called stød. It's kind of a glottal stop. That's the English name for it, for the stød. I kind of stop the airflow. Sø, Sø. That's a crucial part of the Danish language. And the next part is a, the most common plural ending form in Danish. A. Søer, søer, søer. And then we have the ne, which means the in the plural, the lakes. So that's very important that we pronounce the ne, that we really hear this ne. Rådhuspladsen. Rådhuspladsen. So, plads is a square, and Rådhus is the town hall. So it's the town hall square. Rådhuspladsen. And here we have some nice examples of the soft D, or one at least. So, that's the first part, it's Råd. I recommend you to watch my YouTube video on the soft D if you haven't watched it yet. So, Råd. The vowel here is O, Råd. Then we have hus, Rådhus. Hus, we have the U, the normal sound of the U. The U is a easy kind of a letter in Danish because it only can have 2 different sounds, whereas the A, for example, can have 3 different sounds. So, U. The U in Danish is never Y. That's Swedish, okay? Y. So here we have U, Rådhus. And we have the pladsen. Pladsen is a soft D. It would be a soft D normally, but it actually is not, because when we have DS, the D is mute. So we have Rådhuspladsen. And we have the EN. That's kind of an N. The E kind of goes away if we speak quickly. So we have Rådhuspladsen, okay? So, Rundetårn, rund, meaning round, rund. We have the U, which is here at O sound. O. It's the same sound that we have in the letter O, which is A with the dot on top. O, Rå. And then we have the ND, which is almost always an N in Danish. The D is mute here. Rund. Then we have the E, runde. Then tårn, tårn, tårn. The vowel here is O, tårn, tårn. Tårn. And we again have the stød, this glottal stop. Tårn, tårn. Rundetårn. Rundetårn. All right? Most people know what this place is about. We say Christiania, Christiania. So, the first part, the vowel in the first part, kres, is actually an exception, because normally we would say Chris. For example, if we have the name Chris or Christina, or if we look at the word liste, liste, which is the same word in English, liste. We have an E sound, but here we have an E sound, kres. And the T is actually a D, which happens very often in Danish also. So we say Christiania, Christiania. Yeah? The main pedestrian area in Copenhagen is called Strøget. Strøget. So let's break it down. We got the first part, which is Strøg. Strøg. First of all, we have the STR, which is kind of an SDR, and the R is the R from the throat. That doesn't exist in English, neither in Spanish or Portuguese, for example, but it exists in Danish and German. Strå. And then we have the Ø, G, ØG, which is often pronounced like Øj, Øj. For example, in the word løg or in the word røg. But please note that, for example, in sø, it's a different sound, sø. So, but here we have Øj, strøg, and then we would say the ET, which is the soft E, ed, strøget, strøget. But modern Danes like to say things in a fast way. So we would not say strøget, but we would say strøget, strøget. We kind of cut apart. So we say strå, strå, and then we say the soft E, strøget, strøget. Okay, that's not an easy one, but I hope you can do it. This is the royal castle of Amalienborg. Amalienborg. Here we can look at the A in the Danish language. So if we look at Amalienborg, we have two A's, and Danish has three different sounds for A. We have two of them here. Amalienborg. The first is an A, the second is an A. Amalienborg. And then we can look at the L-I-E, which is an Y. The I-E especially is a Y sound often. We can see the same sound in familie, familie, or in akvarie, akvarie. And then we have the borg, which is the vowel is an O, and we have the RG, which kind of makes kind of an rounded U sound again. Borg, borg, round the lips a bit in the end. Amalienborg. And now we're talking about the A's. We can look at the word Denmark. We have the Danish flag up there. And we can look at Denmark, where we have two A's again. We have the first A, which is an A, as in Amalienborg. Denmark, the second A is an A. And that's always the case when we have AR. The combination AR is always an A sound, a long A sound. That's one of the few rules that you can count on in Danish pronunciation. I have never come across an AR that is pronounced differently than A. Even like the word B-A-R-E, which in English would be bear, in Danish is bare, meaning just. Okay? So, Denmark, Amalienborg. Nyhavn is a place that probably everybody who has been to Copenhagen knows about, and the pronunciation is pretty straightforward. So, we got ny, we got the vowel here, y, which is the normal sound of this letter. Y. Most of the time it would have this sound, but it can also have several other sounds. But here is y, ny. Then we got havn, havn. Watch out that we have the word, the combination HAV, which often is hav, but also can be hav. For example, in have or in havet. Okay, so Nyhavn. Lille havfrue. To me, it's more interesting to look at the tourists than at the thing itself, but yeah, den lille havfrue. So let's start. Then we got lille. I want to talk about three things here. Lille, we have the vowel. The first vowel is I. It's not little, it's lille I. Then we have the L's, which are, again, both are an Danish L. There's only one L in Danish. There's nothing like lille or something with the dark L of the American English, for example. No, we don't have that. It's all L with the tongue in the front up. Lille. And then we got the E in the end, which actually is not pronounced like an E. You can say lille, that's not incorrect. But modern Danish would normally say lille, where the E in the pronunciation causes the sound before to be long. In this case, the L. Lille, lille. And then we have the word havfrue, how, and frue, where we can look at the function of the E again in the end of the word, which is actually, again, to kind of make the sound before long. If we compare the word F-R-U to F-R-U-E, as we have it here, we would have fru and frue. You hear the difference? Fru, frue. All right? Den lille havfrue. Torvehallerne is a place in central Copenhagen where you can buy all kinds of different food items. Let's pronounce it. So we got Tor, which means like market square. Tor, that's the basic form of the word. So here we kind of have to get the right vowel again, which always is tricky in Danish. So we have Tor, and the end, the V is kind of a, again, as always, the V inside a word is kind of a U sound. And we round the lips. Tor, Tor, Tor. Then we have the E here, which kind of combines two nouns into a compound noun, which in Danish always is written in one word. Compound nouns are always in one word, contrary to English, like car, door in English might be two words. In Danish, it's one word. So here we have the E, which links Tor to hallerne, and this E is used here, but in other words, you might use an S, for example, to link two nouns, or you might use none of these two. So here we have the E, and the E makes kind of the sound longer, the Tor, Tor. So we don't say Tor, but Tor, Tor. And then we got the hallerne, which means the halls. The halls, as in Søerne, we have the ER as the plural, and the ne as the halls. Together, Torvehallerne. Kongens Have means the king's garden. So, pronunciation, kong. We have the word kong, we have the ng, which is the same as in fungus, for example, but you don't say the g afterwards. You don't say kongens, you just say kongs. And then the en, you can say kongen with a clear articulated n, but modern Danes would not say the n because it takes too much effort. We would keep this ng sound in the ng, kongs, just keep it long. Kongs. And then we would say have, which is simple again, have. The A as in Amalienborg, for example, Amalienborg, have. And then the V is a kind of a U sound again, have. And the E in the end makes the sound long. Have, have, Kongens Have. So, thanks for watching this video. I hope you learned a lot. And if you still have any questions about the Danish language, about pronunciation of the Danish language, write me a comment, ask anything about Danish, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and give the video a like, and keep on learning. Vi ses!